In the annals of history, tales of cannibalism have captivated and horrified audiences for centuries. These macabre stories, often passed down through generations, have a way of embedding themselves into the cultural fabric of societies. They serve as cautionary tales, warnings of the darkest aspects of human nature. These stories, often shrouded in mystery and whispered in hushed tones, tap into our deepest fears and challenge our understanding of humanity. They evoke a primal fear, a reminder of a time when survival was uncertain, and the line between civilization and savagery was thin. One such tale emerged from the unlikeliest of sources, the President of the United States. In a surprising statement, President Biden recounted a chilling family legend that had been passed down through his family for generations. In a surprising statement, President Biden recounted a chilling family legend. He spoke with a gravity that suggested the story had weighed heavily on his mind for years. He claimed that his uncle, a World War II veteran, had gone missing in action in Papua New Guinea. The story was one of bravery and tragedy, set against the backdrop of one of the most brutal conflicts in human history. The president went on to suggest that his uncle had met a grim fate, possibly falling victim to cannibalistic tribes rumored to inhabit the remote island nation. This revelation sent shockwaves through the media and the public, reigniting interest in the dark legends of the past. The president's anecdote, while lacking concrete evidence, served as a stark reminder of the enduring power of such stories. It highlighted how even the most powerful individuals are not immune to the allure of family lore and the mysteries of history. It highlighted the human fascination with the taboo and the ease with which rumors can take root, even in the highest echelons of power. The story became a topic of heated debate, with some dismissing it as mere folklore, while others delved deeper into its possible truths. While historians and officials in Papua New Guinea disputed the president's claims, the story nevertheless sparked a global conversation about the history of cannibalism and its continued presence in the collective consciousness. It opened up discussions about how such tales shape our understanding of different cultures and historical events. This incident served as a prelude to a more recent investigation into similar rumors, this time in the heart of Africa. The echoes of the past seemed to reverberate into the present, as new stories began to emerge from another part of the world. In the years following the president's controversial statement, whispers of cannibalism once again surfaced, this time in the East African nation of Uganda. The eerie similarities between the two stories were hard to ignore, and they captured the attention of both the media and the public. These rumors, centered around the Rakai district, sent shockwaves through the region and beyond, painting a picture of a community gripped by fear and suspicion. The stories were filled with accounts of strange rituals and unexplained disappearances, adding to the atmosphere of dread. As stories of missing persons and strange rituals began to circulate, the need for a thorough investigation became increasingly apparent. Authorities and journalists alike were drawn to Rakai, seeking to uncover the truth behind the unsettling rumors. It was against this backdrop of uncertainty and trepidation that renowned vlogger Wode Maya embarked on a journey to uncover the truth behind the unsettling rumors. His quest to separate fact from fiction would take him deep into the heart of Uganda, where he would confront the fears and stories that had gripped the community. Uganda, a country known for its breathtaking landscapes and vibrant culture, found itself grappling with a dark and disturbing narrative. This narrative was not just a fleeting rumor, but a persistent and haunting tale that began to take root in the minds of the people. Whispers of cannibalism, once confined to the shadows, began to seep into everyday conversations, casting a long shadow over the Rakai district. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, and harder to ignore. These rumors, fueled by fear and speculation, painted a chilling picture of a community living in the grip of an unspeakable secret. The fear was not just of the unknown, but of the possibility that such horrors could be true. Stories of missing villagers, strange rituals conducted under the cover of darkness, and the discovery of human remains fueled the growing unease. Each new tale added another layer to the already thickening fog of dread. As the rumors gained traction, a sense of paranoia descended upon Rakai. The once peaceful nights were now filled with anxiety and the days with suspicion. Neighbors began to eye each other with suspicion, trust eroded, and the once strong bonds of community began to fray. The sense of unity that had once defined the village was now replaced by a pervasive sense of mistrust. The fear was palpable, hanging heavy in the air like a suffocating fog. It was as if the very essence of the village had been tainted by the rumors. The very fabric of society seemed to be unraveling, threatened by the insidious whispers that spread like wildfire through the villages and towns. The community meetings, once a place of solidarity, were now filled with anxious faces and hushed conversations. The authorities, faced with mounting pressure to address the growing panic, launched an investigation into the alleged cannibalistic practices. They hoped to bring clarity and calm to the troubled region. However, their efforts were often met with resistance and fear, as villagers, hesitant to speak out against their neighbors or become entangled in the web of accusations, remained tight-lipped. The fear of retribution or being ostracized kept many silent. The lack of concrete evidence and the reluctance of witnesses to come forward only served to deepen the mystery surrounding the rumors. The investigation seemed to hit a wall at every turn. As the investigation dragged on, the truth seemed increasingly elusive, leaving the community trapped in a nightmare of suspicion and fear. The once vibrant and united village now stood divided, each person a potential suspect in the eyes of their neighbors. In the midst of the growing uncertainty and fear that gripped Rakai, a small village in Uganda, a beacon of hope emerged in the form of Wode Maya, a passionate storyteller and vlogger, known for his insightful documentaries and unwavering commitment to uncovering the truth. His work has touched many lives and brought to light stories that would otherwise remain hidden. Driven by a desire to separate fact from fiction, Maya embarked on a journey to the heart of the rumors that had plagued Rakai, determined to shed light on the situation and give a voice to the voiceless. He knew that the truth was often buried beneath layers of fear and misinformation. Armed with his camera and an unwavering determination to uncover the truth, Maya set out to document the real stories of the people of Rakai. Maya immersed himself in the community, speaking to villagers, elders, and local authorities. He sought to understand their perspectives and experiences. He listened intently to their stories, both harrowing and hopeful, capturing the essence of their experiences. Piecing together a complex narrative that challenged the prevailing narrative surrounding the alleged cannibalism, Maya worked tirelessly to present an accurate portrayal. Maya's approach was marked by sensitivity and respect, recognizing the deep-seated fear and trauma that had taken root in the community. He understood that behind the sensational headlines lay real people whose lives had been irrevocably impacted by the rumors. These were not just stories, they were lived experiences. He knew that his responsibility was to portray their reality with the utmost care and integrity. His goal was not to exploit their stories for views or clicks, but to provide a platform for their voices to be heard, to amplify their truths, and to challenge the harmful stereotypes that had been perpetuated. Through his work, Wode Maya aimed to foster understanding and empathy, breaking down barriers and building bridges between communities. Sometimes what isn't found can be just as telling as what is. The absence of evidence, after all, is not necessarily the evidence of absence. Our understanding deepens when we consider the gaps and silences that history leaves behind. It's in these empty spaces that new questions arise, pushing us to look closer and think harder. So what do we make of these voids? How do they shape our quest for knowledge? Let's delve into the unseen and the unsaid and uncover the stories that lie hidden in the shadows. In the age of digital media, false narratives can spread like wildfire. It's crucial to understand how misinformation can be amplified and the impact it has on society. When false stories are repeated, they gain a semblance of truth, leading to widespread misconceptions and even harm. Being vigilant and critical of the information we consume is more important now than ever. Amidst the chaos and confusion, there are always beacons of hope. These are the individuals and organizations working tirelessly to bring clarity and truth to the forefront. They strive to educate, inform, and empower communities, ensuring that facts prevail over fiction. Their efforts inspire us to seek the truth and stand firm against the tide of misinformation. Accusations, whether true or false, can leave deep scars. Healing these wounds requires compassion, understanding, and a commitment to justice. It's a process that involves listening to all sides, seeking the truth, and working towards reconciliation. By addressing the root causes and impacts of these accusations, communities can begin to heal and rebuild trust. Looking ahead, the future for Rakai is filled with promise. With continued efforts to combat misinformation and promote truth, the community can thrive. By fostering a culture of critical thinking and open dialogue, Rakai can become a model for others. Together we can build a brighter, more informed future for all.